right, it looks like we have another UFO whistleblower to talk about. So get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please like and subscribe and let me know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, the gentleman we're looking at, I believe, is this guy right here in the snazzy scarf, standing next to Michael Herrera and Eric Burleson and Stephen Greer, among others. So let's talk about him. This is from Stephen Diener at the UAP podcast. UAP Unidentified Alien Podcast. Love, Stephen. New. Say hello to Roderick Castle. For those interested, the man on the left that Michael Mazzola has his arm around is named Roderick Castle. Roderick privately reached out to me months ago to tell me a story and what he inadvertently came across during his time as a Marine while stationed at 29 Palms. And you may remember the 29 Palms incident that Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp have talked about and released photos and videos about, as well as witness testimony about. And I'll be talking more about that in a minute to connect some dots. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. This is an interesting place, right? Specifically in 1997, right around the same time frame that the Phoenix Lights incident took place, Roderick saw a giant black triangle craft fly overhead one night while he was out on an overnight crash retrieval duty. Now, I've reached out to Stephen to ask what he meant by crash retrieval duty. Are we talking about something mundane, something anomalous? Why do they do routine crash retrieval patrols if that's what's going on? How often do objects fall out of the sky, either ours or theirs? I need more information. He and his team were sent to investigate unidentified flare activity when the craft flew overhead. He describes it as an equilateral triangle hovering craft approximately 300 feet in length, 150 to 200 feet above the desert terrain. The next portion of the story comes directly from the email he sent to David Grush and forwarded over to me, Stephen Diener. It gets pretty heavy. Also, yes, he and Grush have been in direct contact. Okay, quoting from the email sent to David Grush by Roderick Castle. Below it, the UFO, the giant triangle, were unmarked black tactical vehicles and a unit of heavily armed men in black. Unmarked uniforms, not part of any known branch of the U.S. military. Despite being on U.S. soil and in uniform, my team was outnumbered, disarmed, and detained at gunpoint, threatened and orders to remain silent with heads down. Sounds a lot like what Michael Herrera and his team experienced in Indonesia. The craft emitted no detectable sounds, had no obvious exhaust ports, and after approximately 2 minutes, flew at an extremely high rate of speed to the northwest and was no longer detectable. The men then ran back down the hill and drove away at a high rate of speed. Following the incident, we experienced electrical equipment failures, Humvee would not start for several minutes, psychological shock, intimidation by chain of command, told the incident was flares and that's what we should tell others, and were subjected to an unscheduled anthrax vaccine booster. I was later questioned by NCIS back home at MCAS Yuma under pretense of unrelated charges, which I believe were a tactic to suppress disclosure. Sounds like it, doesn't it? As you can see below, Stephen says he was recently invited by to DC by Dr. Stephen Greer to attend a meeting with Representative Eric Burleson along with Michael Herrera and the others pictured. I only mention this now because of a conversation that he and I had last night when he gave me the go-ahead to start spreading his story and identity. He stressed to me that he doesn't want to be famous. He just wants to help push the conversation forward. You'll be seeing more of Roderick in the future. So it looks like Roderick is about to come out and go public with his story, and I guess he's already started with this post. So really interesting. I can't wait for him to start making the rounds. Maybe I can even get him on the show talking about his experiences. Really incredible stuff. And I would love to see he and Mike compare notes about those men in black are those goons that surrounded him with guns. I wonder if they're the same group or at least employed by the same group. Fascinating stuff. Now, if you remember 29 Palms from this amazing video from Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp, where they showed videos of this incident over 29 Palms, and they have witness testimony. Over 50 people saw these lights in the sky, and there's other stuff going on before or as well. But an amazing incident shared by George and Jeremy and those witnesses. So just incredible stuff. And to give you a summary of the incident, if you don't remember, the sighting occurred on April 20th, 2021. So not the incident that Roderick is talking about. Starting at approximately 8:20 p.m. and lasting about 10 minutes. Location, Camp Wilson, part of the Marine Corps Air Ground Combat Center in 29 Palms, California, a major training base. Description, witnesses, including at least 50 Marines, reported seeing a large, silent, triangular-shaped object with 5 luminous lights, forming a triangular configuration. So again, another large triangle. Some describe the object as the size of a 2-story house or half a football field. Okay, that's close to the size that Roderick is giving us. The object appeared to hover motionally in the night sky. Response: Marines on the base responded by firing illumination flares to get a better view of the object. However, the craft reportedly blinked out or vanished just before the flares could illuminate it. Base commanders also mobilized ground units and dispatched helicopters to investigate. So yeah, they tried to debunk this, saying it was flares, but these are 50 Marines. They know what flares look like, and they wouldn't send out people in vehicles to investigate flares. So evidence. Corbell and Knapp obtained and released 6 videos and several photos, some captured using low light and infrared sources or infrared features on smartphones. One photo appeared to show a solid triangular shape around the lights, which witnesses described as a craft. The event was compared to the 1997 Phoenix Light sighting due to the triangular formation. Yeah, interesting that 97 was also Roderick's incident as well. So interesting, really great. So now we have a new UFO whistleblower to look forward to hearing from. Interesting to connect some dots. Large triangles over 29 palms. Very intriguing. And if they've seen these things twice, you have to wonder how many other times have they seen these things and what other objects. Obviously, there's humans trying to suppress this information, and there were, soldiers, military or paramilitary people involved in this, pointing guns at Roderick and his team. Again, very much like the Michael Herrera incident. So is this a man-made UFO? Is this part of the control group's, fleet of UFOs? It kind of sounds like it, doesn't it? Very intriguing. Where are they operating out of? I'm not gonna speculate where they could be operating out of, but it is an interesting location for it to be, operating out of. I'll just put it that way. And yeah, you can look at the photo and maybe draw some inferences. Possibly, I don't know how much I can say about that. But yeah, interesting place, interesting event, interesting whistleblower. Let me know what you guys think about it all in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified of future videos. You don't want to miss a thing. Join me on social media. There's Facebook and Twitter links below. Love to see you guys there. Should I start calling it X links now? I've been saying Twitter for so long. It's hard to say X. I don't know, but I'm saying X more and more now. Anyway, links below. Grab a coffee mug, become a subscriber, or a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Also, channel members frequently get to see videos hours ahead of everybody else. Meanwhile, plenty of other videos on the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.